first met you and you explained, the functions of the business and having good organisational structure and the importance of that. So why don't you elaborate on that? Once I established my organisational structure and the roles and responsibilities, it just started to make a huge difference in the business.
It's a really good place to start. And actually you talked about, people don't start business because they're good at businesses. They start it because they are passionate about something, which is really why I started my business, is because I'm passionate about seeing businesses such as yours succeed. And what I found was, when I first started working with businesses, there was a lack of clarity about who was responsible for what in organisations. So the result of that was you'd find two people doing the same thing, or certain functions, especially difficult or tedious ones, not getting done at all because there's no clarity about who actually owns that function. And so I built what I call an organisational architecture, which is, for me, essential to any kind of growth and scalability. So I used to hear people say things like, the business failed because it grew too quickly. Well, why would a business grow too quickly if there's so much money coming in? Well, one of the reasons for that is it's not a clear view about how the business should grow. So if it's growing in terms of the operations work that it's doing, you need more people in there, but somebody still needs to manage that, or it's actually needs to handle the sales opportunities. You may need more people in that sales team, but you still have a sales manager responsible for that function. So it really is important that when doesn't matter how big or small your business is, if it's a one-man band, you still have to do all those functions, but you just have to set specific time aside to do those. If you're a massive multinational, you still need those functions, only now you've got teams of people to do those. And that's all very well to put an org chart together that shows who reports to who, but it's actually a bit more subtle than that. It's really about who sets whose priorities. If everybody's priorities in the business are aligned, the business will succeed. Where problems often occur is where the leader's responsibilities or objectives are misaligned with the people in their team, and they're pulling them in different directions. So having that structure well defined and communicated is critical. And then the next question obviously is, okay, well, I know who's in my team, I know who I report to, I know who's responsible for different functions. Well, what does that actually mean? And that's where something as simple as a position description really helps everybody understand this is the boundary of my responsibility. And then it starts to build on itself. Okay, we've defined the responsibility boundary. Now how do I measure performance? Well, this is what the business is trying to achieve. These are the responsibilities. Now we can work out what people have got to do in their respective areas to ensure that the business objectives are actually met. And what I love about the way you've worked in your business is the way you've taken that and actually applied it in a way that actually works in your business. So people know what they're doing in your organisation. They know what they're responsible for. Provides focus, provides responsibility, and it also provides job satisfaction, because now they're not just doing what you tell them to do, they're taking responsibility and ownership for their respective areas, which is a radically different approach to take.